Hi, and welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about how to navigate the world as a legal non-taxpayer and what to do to make sure you stay outside the system for the rest of your life. The first thing you need to understand is this. The corrupt element of the U.S. government has been incredibly successful at getting millions of people to pay a tax they were never legally required to pay in the first place. And the reason is simple. They used semantic deceit, wordplay, and redefinitions buried deep in the tax code. There are many terms in the federal income tax system that don't mean what you think they mean. For example, as you've already learned, the term United States doesn't mean all 50 states. It means Washington, D.C. The term state only includes the District of Columbia. That's confusing. The term trade or business only means performing the functions of a public office. That's also confusing. But in this video, we're going to focus on one specific term, non-resident alien. Now this might shock you, but according to the tax code, you are not a United States citizen. Why not? Because again, United States and tax law only means D.C. You're also not a resident of the United States, because you don't live in D.C. So what are you? According to their own definitions, you are legally classified as a non-resident alien. And what is a non-resident alien? The tax code defines it as any individual who is neither a citizen nor a resident of the United States. Again, United States means D.C. So if you're not a D.C. citizen and you don't live in D.C., then by legal definition, you are alien to D.C. You are a non-resident. That makes you a non-resident alien. I know, it sounds weird. But it's true. This is very important to know as you move through life as a legal non-taxpayer. And remember, these definitions only apply inside the tax code. They do not apply in normal life. You can still think of yourself as a U.S. citizen if you want. Or better yet, as we say here at Freedom Law Group, you are an American national. So let's define that again. An American national is someone who was born or naturalized in one of the 50 states of the Union, or born to at least one parent who was. That's between 98 and 99% of the population. And none of us, were ever under any legal obligation to file or pay a federal income tax the first time. But we were all misled. We were all miseducated. And so were all the tax professionals in America. Now let me share something powerful with you. Since 1913, when the current federal income tax laws first appeared, there has never been a single case, not even one, where an American national who never filed a 1040 form was prosecuted for tax evasion. Let me repeat that. There has never, ever, been a case in U.S. history where an American national who never filed a 1040 was prosecuted by the national government for tax evasion. Why? Because it can't happen. As you've already learned, there are two types of people under tax law: taxpayers and non-taxpayers. And the IRS only has authority over taxpayers. They have no authority over non-taxpayers. And this isn't just a theory. It's established case law. In 1916, the court in Edwards v. Keith ruled, quote, "The revenue laws are a code or system in regulation of tax assessment and collection. They relate to taxpayers, not to non-taxpayers. The latter are without their scope." Close quote. And in 1972, in the case Economy Plumbing and Heating Company v. United States, the court confirmed it again. Quote, "The revenue laws are a code or system in regulation of tax assessment and collection. They relate to taxpayers, and not to non-taxpayers. The latter are without their scope. No procedure is prescribed for non-taxpayers, and no attempt is made to annul any of their rights and remedies in due course of law." Close quote. That's huge. This means non-taxpayers are completely outside the scope, outside the reach, of federal tax law. And who are the non-taxpayers? They are the American nationals. They are the people living in the 50 states of the Union. So remember who you are and who you are not. You are a non-taxpayer. You are a non-resident alien. You are an American national. And you are free from federal income taxes for life, so long as you stay away from IRS Form 1040 and you fill out the proper forms if and when you become employed. And that, right there, is what we're going to cover in the next video. This is where the rubber meets the road. So be sure to pay extra close attention to what's coming next. I'll see you there.